All right, let's talk about football, man. Let's get started. Let's get started because something important going on, of course. Man, what the heck, man? What's up with Spain in La Liga? What's going on? A lot of racism stuff going on there, man. And there is definitely no place for that right now in the league, in any league. There's no place for there's no place for that in football in general, in anywhere, not just football, not just soccer. So any sport, any job, anything, there's just no room for that. You know, there shouldn't be right now, 2023. There shouldn't even be a question. But that's the world we're living in, but I gave a shout out to Vinicius Junior for standing up for himself. Uh, all that threw him off, though. You can watch that game, and it just all that was just bad for him, bad for the league, bad for sports in general. As it doesn't only happen in the United States. Everybody thinks that it's just in the U.S. No, everywhere people are just dumb and just say stupid stuff to get a rise out of someone. And of course, this fan, it will be easy for them to find out who this dude was or girl. I don't know, to be honest. I think from the video I can see that he was pointing at a guy. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Should be gone. Should be out completely. Out of should be able to come and watch Valencia or any other club. And you know what I mean? It just man, it's crazy that's what's going on right now, and that's what we have to talk about. Everybody's been talking about this, man. Everybody's been on this 24/7. What's going on with Vinicius? What happened? And it just shouldn't be. You know, shouldn't have to deal with stuff like that. Shouldn't deal with stuff like that, man. This kid, and he's a young lad, man. He's a young kid dealing with this crap. You know, nobody should be dealing with this, but just in general, man, what the hell is going on with people in society? You pay your hard earned money. You pay your hard earned money to go and supposedly to go enjoy a match, but instead you just go and shout out racism epithets. I mean, what's going on? I like this thing. I like to think what's the thought process in that. You know what I mean? I want to know that. Like, what did they think? These idiots that go to the game and do that crap. What do they think, man? It's just dumb, stupid, and it should be banned. This dude should be banned for life, for life, for life, man. I mean, he ain't gonna change. People like this don't change, man. I'm sorry, people like this don't change, and it's just a bad view. I mean, right now everybody's talking. Even Vinicius, he came out and said this, and I'll try to find it and read it. And if you're watching it on Spotify or Twitch, you can actually read it with me. And but he said something along the lines of, this used to be the league of Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. He mentioned a lot of other players, Messi, and now it's the league of racism. I hate to generalize, but I mean he was hurt, and he had the right to say something, and that's how he perceives it. Because you gotta also put yourself in the position of a black person. Because if you're not black and you don't suffer that, or you're not a brown skinned person, if you don't experience it, until you experience that, you won't know what it is. You won't know what that person is feeling. You know what I mean? Can you imagine the stadium? I'm not saying that the whole stadium was chanting racism, racist remarks. I'm not saying that. But if you're in that position, you're a young kid, you get hot, all of a sudden, all the fans are looking at you, yelling at you, maybe not racist remarks, but you get the crowd against you. And now you get hot, and now you get ejected like he did on the game. So everything just starts going downhill, man. Everything starts going downhill. And he was targeted by a lot of Valencia fans over the weekend. He was. And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's cool. I mean, but you had a lot of people. I mean, Patrice Evra, he played for Manchester United. He was he said some things in his favor. Rio Ferdinand, of course, a longtime Manchester United player. He also experienced that in his playing time in England. Because I want to also, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of videos, a lot of channels, a lot of sports. You know, I like to watch a lot of things to stay up to date with the latest news. And there, a lot of the English commentators are making it about a country, about the league, saying La Liga needs to change this. La Liga is known for being racist. Listen, man, Premier League doesn't fall behind either. They don't fall behind either. Y'all need to chill. Talking about a country, talking about a league. The whole Europe, everybody in Europe is like that. I'm not saying they're racist. What I'm trying to say is everybody in Europe have that problem. The same as the United States. You see that all the time in the U.S. You see that all the time. You know, you don't see it as much. I mean, you see racism. You don't really see that in sports as much. A lot of people with the Boston Celtics basketball, you know, the NBA team, one of the greatest teams in basketball history, is being known for being a racist club. Matter of fact, and also this had happened in with the Red Sox in Boston, and I want to say his name was Torrey. Man, I know who he is, and you'll know if you watch baseball. But his first name was Torrey, and he made it clear. He said, "I will never play for the Boston Red Sox simply because it's a racist city. I will never go there to do that and to play, never, even if I'm going broke." He said that, and I mean it's a personal choice, of course, and you know it just goes to tell you that this happens here, this happens in South America, this happens in Europe, this happens everywhere. But we need to keep battling this. We can't just let it slide, man. We can't let it slide. I mean, you know, football is a sport that pulls the masses. I mean, everybody loves football, man, except for the U.S. I mean, we're starting to catch up over here, but we still got a long ways as far as being a top sport here. But everybody else in the world, man, football / soccer is everything. And you know, I would hate that this beautiful sport is stained by this. You know, it just sucks, man. Like I said, stupid people do stupid things. That doesn't mean, however, that they get to continue to do that. That doesn't mean that. But it definitely, something needs to be done. Something needs to be done, man. And it's not the first time with Vinicius either. It's not the first time. It's not the first time with him. You know, it's been happening. He's had the audacity, the balls to go out there and say, "Hey, hold on. We're going to stop playing right here. We're going to stop playing. I want to talk to you." And he's going to address the situation. And that's what needs to be done. I mean, that's what needs to be done. You know, in all reality, that's what needs to be done. The game needs to be stopped, and you need to go take care of that. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to be done. There's no game to be played. And then right here we see a little scuffle that what was going on. Because they ejected Vinicius. They said what they didn't want to show is him getting choked out by the player of Valencia's player. I don't know. A lot going on. He right there, he's pointing at that guy. He's like, it was him. It is a little hard too, because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, man, when somebody yells, you can know in the vicinity, in the area, or where it could have came. You know, the word, the remark, or maybe it was a group. We don't know that. Oh, he knows that, but I'm saying he may not know that. You know what I mean? He may not know that. You know, right there, he's like, it was him right there. But it doesn't matter, right? What I can tell you is the fools around him, they should point him out. All the idiots that are standing beside him, that could be like, hey, man, that was uncalled for. It was this guy. You need to go. That's what the right person does. Because you destroy the product. You destroy somebody's feelings. You destroy somebody's. I mean, Vinicius could have went crazy and started just punching the hell out of the fans. He could have jumped over that, gone over there, and beat the hell out of those guys. And what was going to happen to Vinicius? Going to get suspended. Going to get a big fine. Going to get suspended for a lot of games. Even could potentially get kicked out of the league. I mean, it's just a big deal. It's kind of like what happened with, it's a big rule that leagues, the sports make when it comes to players and the stands. You can't go to them stands. You cannot go up to them stands. I mean, you know what happened at the Malice in the Palace. Malice in the Palace, man. Woo! Man, that was fine. Ron Artest, Steven Jackson, gone for the rest of the season. Because they went up to the stands and start punching fans and stuff. But what I'm trying to tell you is, in that moment, if you watch basketball, man, you'll remember, in that moment, Ron Artest was laying on the table, chilling, waiting for everything to cool down, and a fan threw food, beverages at him on the scoring table. And, I mean, he lost it. I mean, I'm not condoning violence, but, man, you got to be one hell of a man to turn the other cheek. You got to be. You know what I mean? It's not acceptable, man. It's not acceptable whatsoever. It should never be accepted. And something needs to be done. So like I'm saying, what if Vinicius would have went crazy and he just would have, went over that fence and just beat the hell out of the guy? And what if he started punching the wrong guy? See, we don't think about all this because Vinicius is supposed to stay cool. He's supposed to, Valencia. I want to just say also something about Valencia's players, man. Y'all a bunch of punks. If the man, why would he want to stop the game? Why? What does he gain by doing that? I want to know that. What does he gain by simply stopping the game? By not playing, well, what does he gain? He's losing 1-0. They can easily tie this game. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. The La Liga is already won by Barcelona. The Champions League, they got eliminated in a bad way. It doesn't matter. But it's football. They want to play it. They want to play the game. Why? I mean, if you're a Valencia defender, player, whoever was in that vicinity, more than likely everybody. If the man is telling you somebody called him out his name, somebody was racist towards him, you as a player, you're supposed to have some kind of, sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? You should have that. Because, it's not like Valencia, they don't have black players. Well, what would have happened if it was one of their teammates? That I want to know that. You got to have some compassion, man. Well, why would this guy not, why would he lie? I mean, it's just, come on, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get that. And I don't know, man. But this needs to be stopped. And we need to stop talking about this crap. But we will never stop if people don't stop saying stupid stuff. You know what I mean? We will never stop. We will never stop, man. And that's what sucks, because the fans, there's a lot of good fans too. See, this game, a lot of people were going at the referee. A lot of people going at the referee. They said this game should have been stopped. This game should have been, he should have understood. And I will say one thing, though, because I did see the referee's actions, and it seemed like, he was there. He was trying to, he was talking to, I'm just going off the mannerisms, the talk that he was doing, touching Vinicius, telling him, hey, I understand what you're saying. I could see that. And but I mean, it's a tough situation to be if you're the referee, of course. But you got to be compassionate. If you're the other team, a lot of people were saying, game should have been stopped, and it very well could have been, but I think you need to have a substantial proof that this happened. I'm not saying, because I don't want to contradict myself, but clearly you want to be, you don't just want to um, stop a game. You need to be sure this happened or that he heard the right thing, because I mean, you just don't want to stop a game if something didn't happen. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but because I know Vinicius, if he heard it, then we should believe him, right? I know that, but the referee also has a job. It's not just for one player; it's for the both teams, the league. Now if the referee is like, "Hey, I heard that. I'm with you. I'm not gonna go with this. Valencia, you want to play? You want to continue to play? This is what happened. I heard it. He heard it, and obviously the sportsmanship would have been like, hey, we're not gonna play this game, man. We got black players too, and even if we don't, it doesn't it's not right. So that would have been the great thing, the good thing. But I don't know. And as far as Real Madrid season, it doesn't end well. A lot of people came out and talked. Real Madrid came out and said things. Obviously having their players back. A lot of rumors talking about Vinicius may leave La Liga and Real Madrid due to ongoing racism abuse. Unfortunately, my man, this crap goes on in every league, and you're not about to retire being a player, because that's not going to happen. Because even if you go to be a doctor, they're going to say stupid stuff. If you go be an influencer, they're going to say stupid stuff all the time. And it doesn't just have to be about racism. I mean, I've gotten live and I've been called fat, obese. I've been called all kinds of names. But, of course, that's not the same as somebody saying a racial remark. I get that. But it's not La Liga. But actually, I saw something also on social media saying that he's not even entertaining that thought. So, I mean, good for him. Obviously, at the end of the day, himself, he can be an advocate. He can go out. He can get players. He can try to do stuff and to try to better this. But that's as far as he can do. He's not in charge. I think Tebas. He is the president of La Liga and also the president of Spanish football. Needs to the Federation of Spanish Football. They need to come out. They both need to work together and work on their own league to fix this issue. But it just doesn't pertain to them. Premier League, English football. This happens all the time in France too. French football, Netherlands, Italians, everybody, Germans. It happens a lot in Germany too. So, this needs to be addressed, and this needs to be fixed.